everyone, welcome back to my channel and to another video. I am making the banana bread, the chocolate chip banana bread from the Pinch of Nom website. This will make 10 servings and it will work out at 2 sins per serving. Please check sin values at the time of when you're making it. Things can change. But yeah, so for this recipe you will need 200 grams of banana. It says about 2 bananas. So I will weigh it out. You'll need weighing scales. You will need a teaspoon of baking powder, 25 grams of dark chocolate chips. You will need 4 eggs. I've just got medium eggs, free range eggs. Some fry light. You will need 2 tablespoons of sweetener, 56 grams of self-raising flour, a teaspoon of vanilla essence. Then I've obviously got my loaf tin that you will need to fry light if it's one of these ones, because they do they don't really stick, but I always fry light it just in case. And 2 mixing bowls and a whisk. You also need to sieve your flour, but I haven't got a sieve, so we'll just go with it. This is Gemma's journey, so you know, we have to improvise sometimes. So yeah, I'm gonna crack on. The first step is to mash up your bananas. So 200 grams of bananas mashed up in a bowl. So I've got to 197, that's fine. 197 grams of banana, so that was 2.5 bananas. I've also preheated my oven to 180 degrees, or number 7 I've put mine on. But I'm sure you guys know your own oven. So I'm just gonna mash this up. I literally just take a fork and mash them until they're completely mashed. I mean, riper bananas are going to be better, but you can use normal greenish bananas. It just takes a little bit longer to mash them up, but these are quite ripe, so that's good. So I'm just going to mash all of these up because it's really hard to do it one-handed, and then I'll show you what it looks like in a sec. So that's the bananas mashed. Doesn't take long at all. Next step, I am going to weigh out my flour and a teaspoon of baking powder. Put that there. Doesn't fall on the floor. So I've got my big old bowl. I'm going to zero that out. I'm going to put 56 grams of self-raising flour and 1 teaspoon of baking powder in here. It does say sift it. I haven't got a sift, so I'm just going to wing it. So our next step is to add the bananas. I may have to do this, or I might be alright. Add the bananas, your 2 tablespoons of sweetener and your vanilla essence. So the bananas in, there's our sweetener in. Next we just need a teaspoon of vanilla essence. Next we're going to add 2 eggs and we're going to mix it really well. So I'm just using a fork and I'm going to mix this until it's all thoroughly mixed in together and makes a lovely smooth batter. Obviously it will be lumpy because there's banana in there, but you're just going to keep mixing, 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 give it a really, really good stir through. So that is completely mixed up. The next step is to separate 2 eggs and 2 yolks. Your other 2 yolks are going to go into this mixture, and your 2 egg whites are going to go into a separate bowl. So I'm going to do that quickly. Again, just mix these 2 egg yolks in with your batter really, really well. And then we're going to get whisking our other 2 egg whites, which are in this bowl, into stiff peaks. So this is where your mix is going to come in handy. So just, you need to make it super, super stiff. So I'll do that now. I won't film it because it's going to be super loud, but you just whisk them up. So this is what they mean by stiff peaks. You could be able to make it really, really thick basically. So all you need to do now, sorry I'm not in focus, is stir that, gently fold that into your other mixture. I'll show you what that looks like in one second. So just with a spoon, get some of your egg whites and you're just going to fold it into the mixture. So be careful, do it gently and take your time, and just keep folding it into the mixture until it's all mixed in. So I'm going to keep doing that. And then our next step is to fry light our, they say a 2 pound baking tin. I'm not sure if I've got a 2 pound baking tin or not. But I've got one of them things that make it look how it looks, so I'm assuming it is. So yeah, just keep folding that in, keeping as much air in it as possible. That gives us this sort of texture and batter done. So next, fry light your tin, and then all you're going to do is pour your mixture in. Make sure you get the corners and the sides of the tin, and then just take your mixture and pour it in like so. The last step of actually making the cake is to measure out, 25 grams of dark chocolate chips. And all you're going to do is sprinkle them over the top of the cake evenly. You can be a bit more precise than me. I like to make sure I get the edges as well, because, you know, you've got to spread them out. But they do go quite far actually, 25 grams of chocolate chips. Some people like to fold them into the cake. I just like them on top because I think it looks prettier. To each their own and all that jazz. But this cake will be so versatile, so many, like this recipe, you could do it with blueberries, raspberries, you could do it with any fruit really. Obviously you just have to sin your fruit. But yeah, this goes in the oven now for 40 minutes, and I will take it out when it's cooked and show you guys. Let's hope it cooks well. So that is the banana cake all cooked. I'm just going to check if it's cooked or not with my knife. Yeah, it'll be fine. I'm just going to take this out and I'll show you what it looks like, but it looks and smells divine. So there's my banana cake all made, looking yummy. So all I have to do now is cut it into 10 slices for it to be 2 cents a slice. I'll do that when it's cooled down, but I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you did, and if you like seeing recipe videos, and let me know if you make it, because it is such a lovely treat and it's perfect for families. The kids absolutely love it. Kai slavers his with Nutella to make it even more scrummy, but you could do that and sin it if you wanted. But yeah, this is the Pinch of Nom banana cake bread recipe, 2 cents a slice.